Morning class. This is going to be your explanation 3.
Good
Now, explanation, good morning. Explanation 1 dealt with the introduction of the chapter Urban Administration, where we talked of the work undertaken by the various municipal corporation bodies as they look after the welfare of the people in cities. The small cities are looked after by a committee called municipal council or municipal committee, whereas the big towns and cities, they are looked after by municipal corporation. The body works as a unit. It works under the various ward councillors. Now, in the second explanation, we talked of ward councillors. Ward councillors are basically those people who divide the city into various wards, and every ward has a ward councillor who is appointed by the people of that particular ward or that particular area. Now, this ward councillor is answerable to a person called municipal commissioner. He's the head, he's the boss of everything. He looks after into every matter. Then we talked of that the ward councillor, along with his committee of workers who look after the various departments like sanitation, education, health, etc., is looked after by him. They work in collaboration and they look after for the welfare of the city people. Then we talked of organization of a corporation. Now in that organization, we talked that any person who's 18 plus and living in that particular city, he can go and cast his vote to elect the ward councillor. Okay. Now the ward councillor's age should be at least 25 years. Okay. He should not be less than 25 years to become a ward councillor. And then he looks after the whole ward under him. Then we talked of the members of the council, corporation council. Now the members are include the mayor, the deputy mayor, then the chief engineers, the chief medical officers, plus the municipal commissioner, who's the head and the boss. So now there are different offices given to them to work for, to look after the health. It is done by the health officer. Then sanitary inspectors look after the sanitation and the garbage, etc. Then municipal engineers, etc. They work for the bridges, buildings, roads, and all these things. Okay. Octroi superintendent, and the inspectors, they are responsible for the octroi duty. Now, what is an octroi duty? We discussed that duty when the any transportation of goods is done within the country, within the city. So any goods truck or any vehicle with goods in it is passing from the city, then the octroi duty is levied because of the charges it takes to pass through the city. Then we talked of in the second explanation about the functions of corporation. That means what are the works taken by corporation. So in that we took up the two headings, the health services and the public utility services. In the health services, we talked of the sanitation of the city, how it is kept clean, the garbage is removed, then maintenance of the drainage system is looked after, hospitals and dispensaries are well maintained, public vaccination is seen, any epidemic, like that means any breakdown of any disease is checked, and cremation and burial grounds, where a person is to be after death, where the dead body is to be cremated and buried. All this is looked after in health service. Then we also talked of public utility. That means those works which are useful for the public. What are the works which are taken by the corporation? So in that we know that they plant trees, etc. on the roadsides, construction of bridges, streets, flyovers, plantation of, firefighting, then street lighting, and so many of these things are looked after under public utility work. There are various jotters also given. You are supposed to read them. Then today we will take up the third function of the corporation in our explanation 3, we'll talk of it now, which says educational functions. Now, the local bodies, I will just put the screen on sharing so that you are able to see things. We come to this heading here, okay? Educational functions. Now, the local bodies open and operate primary and middle schools. We have more than 100 MCD and NDMC primary schools in Delhi. These make a useful contribution by providing education to children who cannot go to costly schools. So now it is the prime duty of the corporation of that particular city to look after its educational system. And we talk of many local bodies work in this, where they provide the primary education and middle school education. That means from prep or nursery education till class 8, they provide education in these schools so that the children get educated and at a very low cost, because many of the children, they are so poor. Many of the people living in areas in the locality are poor and they cannot afford big and prominent schools. So for that, the government has undertaken the educational bodies also in the city to look after the education of its children. Adult education centers, libraries, reading rooms, etc., are also opened to spread literacy among common people. So now the basic fact is education. That means those poor people who, when they were small, could not get education, can be given education when they grow up. So that is the adult education. That means कोई भी अनपढ़ आपके यहाँ जो काम वाली है, अगर वो पढ़ी लिखी नहीं है, she can get the education in your locality, get education. Reading, literacy, that means education and knowledge to everyone who is wanting. Oh, child, is it? I'm trying hard. Is it? Is it now coming? Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
Then sources of income. Now, obviously, municipal corporation needs money to work on it, because otherwise, how will it be able to fulfill all the demands of the people? So, from where is it getting the money? So, let us read that. The corporation needs a large amount of fund to discharge various functions. The chief source of income are grants and aid from the concerned state government. Now, the first source of money they get is from the state government. That means in UP, if Lucknow or even other places, any city would get its aid for all this work to be done is from the state government. That means the Yogi Sarkar will be giving us the money, etc. Then rent for municipal properties, land, parking zones, markets, fairs, rest houses, etc. Now, there are many public municipal properties, like even if you go to Sulabh Shauchalay, the toilets which are opened by the government, if you go there, you have to give a minimum amount of 2 rupees or 5 rupee so that you can use it. Now, that money is collected and used for various other purposes. Same goes with the rest houses, the government rest houses, the market fairs, whatever mela that is conducted. The fair is a mela. So all these fairs, they give a stipulated amount of money where they can put up their stalls, etc. So this all this money which is collected goes to the government, goes to this municipal corporation for carrying out their work. Then taxes on water, electricity, and houses. You all must have seen your parents must be paying the water tax, the house tax, etc., the electricity bill. Now, everything that you're using, you are giving money to the government, and in return, the public places are looked after. the public transport, the public buses that you use, all this is looked after by the city municipal corporation. Then taxes on vehicles. Now you all know that taxes on roads, bridges, ferries. Now you must have seen giving your parents giving toll taxes when you cross from one city and go to another. There's a toll tax collection area. That means you're using my city's road, so I'm taxing you. So that is the toll tax. That roads and bridges when you cross, you are supposed to give that tax. Octroi duty on goods entering the city. Now, this we have discussed earlier also. Whenever a goods carrying vehicle enters a city, that a tax is given, which is called an octroi duty tax. Okay. Then taxes on entertainment like cinema halls, circus, etc. Now, this is very known to you. When you go to watch a movie, there's an entertainment tax also. Apart from the ticket that you pay, there's a small little column which says that entertainment tax. Now, that tax is given to the government for its use. Now, control over local bodies. Now, local bodies, that means these municipal corporations, if they are not controlled and looked after, then people who are ruling it or who are in it might become corrupt and they might start taking your money and not doing any work. So now who looks after and controls these bodies that they do not become corrupt? Let us see. The local bodies are the training grounds for democracy. They help inculcate civic virtues among the people. The state government has the power to dissolve a corporation or a municipality if it doesn't perform its duties. The state government gives financial aid to the local bodies. It strictly keeps an eye on the use and misuse of funds. The local bodies can't levy or raise a new tax or raise any public or private loan without the permission of the state government. Both the state government and the local bodies should work for the welfare of the public. So now this is a very nice summing up paragraph which tells you that the particular local body is to be looked after and is to be followed. Uh, they should follow the principle that uh, what was I saying? Actually, the local bodies they should not turn corrupt, and for that, the state government looks after the working of it. It keeps a strict eye on it so that any misuse of fund is not done. Whatever money is given for construction of a particular road or a bridge or anything should be is checked by the state government that whether it is done or not. Okay, and the municipal corporation or the municipality can be dissolved. The people in that can be dissolved. That means their work could be suspended if the state government doesn't find them doing proper work. So in the last two lines, it says that the state government and the local bodies, that means the local bodies of every city along with the state government should work hand in hand so that the welfare of the public mind. Is this much clear to each one of you? We now come on
Yes,
to
ma'am.
the very good. With this, we finish our chapter and we come on to the glossary. You are supposed to do the glossary of this chapter. Then coming to MCQs. A. 1. What is the minimum age required to be a councillor? 25 years. Number 2. Who elects the mayor of a corporation or the ward councillors? 2A. Number 3. Who presides over the meetings of municipal corporation? 3A. Mayor. Who is the chief executive officer of a municipal corporation? Answer is 4B. Municipal commissioner. Which of the following is not one of the functions of a municipal corporation? The answer is law and order. 5D. Coming to true and false. The members of the corporation elect its mayor. So the answer is false, and the correct answer is corporation council. Add council and make it correct also. Then number 2, maintenance of the street lighting is the job of the municipality. True. Entertainment tax on circus is not collected by the municipal corporation. False. Underline not, and if you cancel not, then the statement is correct. So the correct statement is entertainment tax on circus is collected by the municipal corporation. Number 4, the corporation is divided into 10 wards only. False. Underline 10 and write there many to make it correct. So the correct statement would be the corporation is divided into many wards. Number 5, sanitary inspectors are the permanent staff of a municipal corporation. True. Now coming to very short answers. Who elects the ward councillors? Answer. Just a second, I'm telling you.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, what is the answer of true false last one?
it's true. Who elects the ward councillor? Answer is I am reading out the answer. The city is divided into various wards, ward councillors by the people of various wards. C1.
Ma'am, please repeat C1.
The C1 answer is the city is divided into various wards. Ward councillors are elected by the people of various wards. Did you get it? After that, in continuation, any person who has reached the age of 18 years and above can vote in the corporation election. C1. Any person who has reached the age of 18 years and above can vote in the corporation election. So the complete answer C1 is the city is divided into various wards. Ward councillors are elected by the people of various wards. After that, any person who has reached the age of 18 years and above can vote in the corporation election. This is your C1. Now coming to C2. Who is a mayor? Answer. A mayor is the elected head of the municipal corporation. He presides over the meetings and acts as a link between the state government and the municipal corporation. I repeat, a mayor is the elected head of the municipal corporation. He presides over the meetings and acts as a link between the state government and the municipal corporation. Question number C3. Why
Ma'am,
is a
please repeat.
please go
Ma'am,
through
please
the
repeat after cooperation.
no, please go through the video and then you can copy. C3. Why is a city divided into wards? Answer. The corporation area is divided into several wards for the purpose of election. Each ward elects one member. I repeat, C3, the corporation area is divided into several wards for the purpose of election. Each ward elects one member. Coming to C4, What is the difference between a municipal corporation and a municipal council? The answer is C4. The municipal corporation that maintains parks, streetlights, garbage collection, water supply, and sanitation is the same organization which is called a municipal council or a municipal committee in smaller towns. In big towns and cities, it is known as municipal corporation. I repeat C4 answer again. The municipal corporation that maintains parks, streetlights, garbage collection, water supply, and sanitation is the same organization which is called a municipal council or a municipal committee in smaller towns. In big towns and cities, it is known as municipal corporation. Coming to C5, which values ought to be supported or promoted by the municipal corporation? Answer. It is an important duty of the local government to take proper measures for sound health of the citizens. After that, public utility services must be encouraged and promoted by the municipal corporation. After that, educational functions are provided for children by the municipal corporation. So there will be three jotters which you will do. I repeat. First, it is an important duty of the local government to take proper measures for sound health of the citizens. This is the first point. Second point, public utility services must be encouraged and promoted by the municipal corporation. Third point, educational functions are provided for children by the municipal corporation. C 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have done. Now D 1, 2, 3, 4 and E 1, 2, 3. I will be doing tomorrow. Or if you don't get a chance, I will do it with recorded class and we'll finish it off. Till here, are the things clear to each one of